Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
More charges are filed against a Park Hills man for exposing himself. Wayne County continues to deal with a cash flow crunch, and school is just right around the corner. How one district is improving. All of these stories, and how long will these wonderful cool temperatures stay with us?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. The list of charges against a Park Hills man accused of exposing himself to several girls continues to grow. 22-year-old Nicholas Jordan Hager was already facing attempted child enticement, kidnapping, and 2 misdemeanor sexual misconduct charges for 2 incidents in Park Hills. Now, Hager has been charged with attempted child enticement and a sexual misconduct misdemeanor for an incident in Deloge. An episode at the Farmington Walmart parking lot has also brought a misdemeanor sexual misconduct charge. St. Francis County Prosecutor Jared Mahiran says authorities have worked together to get Hager off the streets.
There were multiple municipalities that were involved here. All of them coordinated and worked very well together to try to track this person down. We had Farmington involved, Park Hills was involved, Deloge involved, and whenever they were getting these reports that it seemed that there was a person in a black sedan that was going back and forth, they coordinated well and got together, and with the help of the witnesses involved, were able to track down this individual.
Hager is a registered sex offender with convictions for second-degree assault, possession of a controlled substance, and 2 counts of misdemeanor sexual misconduct in Crawford County. You can continue to follow this story at our website, KDKZ18.com. Now, Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our weekend forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. A nice day here in southeast Missouri. Low to mid 80s. Beautiful sunshine. Really can't complain. Low 80s right now here in southeast Missouri. Right now in Festus, 81 degrees, as well as in Fredericktown and St. Genevieve. Right now in Cape Girardeau, 80 degrees, 82 in Van Buren and Poplar Bluff. Going through the evening hours, nice evening. Mostly sunny skies, 7 p.m., 77 degrees, 70 in clear skies by 9. And by midnight, we'll continue to see that clear sky with temperature around 63. More nice weather is on the way for the weekend. I have all the details coming up later in weather.
Cash flow issues continue to dog Wayne County. Now, at the end of July, the county had to borrow $13,000 to cover payroll and bills. While it was reported that the county might have to borrow the next week, County Clerk Alan Lutz tells 18 Eyewitness News that was unnecessary.
We get our sales tax, our big monthly revenue in on the 7th day of the month, and that being the last day of the month, that money was gone. But we did not have to borrow the next week from Road and Bridge the last minute or anything because we had enough revenue come in from our sales tax.
Lutz says sales tax revenue has been fairly steady in the county. However, the cash flow crunch is typical this time of year.
When you get your sales tax the first part of the month, you could use that up pretty quick before you get to the end of the month. So it's nothing different than what we've done for the last 2 years. It's just that time of the year and even sometimes the time of the month where the cash flow is not coming in to cover our daily or weekly expenses.
The 1/2 cent sales tax increase to fund county government, which voters approved back in April, should remedy the cash flow problem. However, the county will not start to receive that money until December. Students in the Farmington School District return to class August 22nd. School Superintendent Dr. Natalie Thomas says the challenge this year for administrators, teachers, and students is to continually improve, even though Farmington's standards are very high.
We have an excellent school district, and to keep improving from that is a much different task. And yet, if we don't keep improving, then we run the risk of falling behind for our students and our children. And we just cannot do that.
Dr. Thomas says everyone in the district must continually challenge themselves to build on the heritage of Farmington's schools.
I think one of the things that's very impressive about the Farmington School District is the pride that past graduates and the whole community have. So if a school district was great at one point, in order to maintain that, we have to be great and continually be greater so that everybody has pride, not just our current students.
Dr. Thomas says the schools must continue to improve to remain on the road of excellence. The primary results between two Republican candidates for the 151st District State Representative seat could generate a lawsuit. Dennis Fowler defeated Bob Thrower by 8 votes. Fowler was trailing Thrower by 87 votes in Stoddard County as returns came in Tuesday night. However, the totals from Scott County then turned the race for Fowler. The 151st District covers Stoddard County and a small section of Scott County, including a section of Chaffee. Thrower believes Chaffee may be where something went wrong at the polls, although he says he has not yet decided whether to take any action. Missouri law allows any contestant in an election who was defeated by less than 1% to a recount. However, if voting irregularities are alleged, the election would have to be contested in circuit court. When we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, construction on Three Rivers College's Academic Resource Commons is ahead of schedule. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Doniphan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Construction on the Academic Resource Commons at Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff is ahead of schedule. Work on the $2.2 million renovation got underway just 3 weeks ago. When 18 Eyewitness News met with President Dr. Devin Stevenson, he told us the ARC is an outgrowth of the college's philosophy.
Is that this facility brings together all of the support, the academic support mechanism for our students. And we do espouse a student-first philosophy. And one of those key linchpins is moving students through this process as efficiently as possible.
Dr. Stevenson says the ARC will be the focal point for all non-classroom learning.
So we're moving academic support, tutoring, mentoring, our federal programs that provide academic support, our developmental education, our remedial education programs, including all of our academic research, the library, the Learning Resource Center, is all going in one place at the college.
Dr. Stevenson says the ARC will give students one place to get the information and assistance they need. The Academic Resource Commons is expected to be completed next spring. The 64th Annual Washington County Fair is well underway this year. The fair has seen some of its largest crowds in recent memory. Fair Board spokesperson Chris Richards says 50 acts turn out for the talent show Wednesday night. Richards says the fair has been growing for a number of years.
The one thing I think that really comes to everybody's mind is, this is as much about the kids as anything. Just like with this auction and with the Midway with all the rides and, all the different exhibits and things. And everybody's just here to have a good time, so it's a real good community event.
Richards says the Fair Board works hard to keep the events and attractions reasonably priced for families. One example is Kiddies Day on Saturday.
Whenever you come on Kiddies Day is 10 to 3 on Saturday, and what they do is there's no gate admission. You can come in for free. The rides, they have an unlimited wristband that they sell for $10. It's a reduced price, and you know the kids can ride. Like I said, it's 10 to 3, and they can ride all day.
The Washington County Fair wraps up on Saturday night with a concert by Gloriana. The 21st Annual Arcadia Valley Lions Club Rodeo is just 1 week away. Organizer Ken Wooten says folks can look forward to bull riding, barrel racing, calf roping, and steer wrestling, as well as some of the top cowboys from around the country.
We've got Josh Baker from actually from Birch Tree, Missouri. He's #1 in the world standings right now.
Wooten says one of the draws for the audience and the IPRA cowboys alike is the stock from Rafter M Rodeo Company.
Dennis Morse is the contractor, and he won the world a few times in bull riding, and he definitely knows some good stock, and he puts on a good show for us every year.
The 21st Annual Arcadia Valley Lions Club Rodeo is next Friday and Saturday, August 17th and 18th, at the Iron County Lions Club Fairgrounds, Highway 21 and Route M in Ironton. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, summertime can be a busy time for emergency departments. Up next, the top 5 reasons kids end up in the hospital and what parents can do to keep kids safe. That's next in Your Health.
Nice weather's on the way for the weekend. I have all the details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw a nice day here in southeast Missouri, and more nice weather's on the way for the weekend. Looking at weather headlines for our area, as I said, nice weekend is on tap. Plenty of sunshine, cooler temperatures, and it looks like showers and thunderstorms are going to start to develop next week. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the low 80s. Not too bad out there at all. 82 right now in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff, 80 in Cape Girardeau. Festus right now at 81, 80 degrees in Potosi and Ironton right now. Here at studio, with current temperature of 80 degrees as well. Mostly sunny skies with current, what it feels like, 80 degrees. Feels like not too bad out there at all. Current dew point 55, 41% humidity, and north wind at 9 miles per hour. Going through the day tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. Really nothing much to talk about other than plenty of sunshine, nice temperatures. Our next weather system's off to the west. It'll essentially move in for Monday. So for tonight, we'll see clear skies, low around 55 degrees, north wind 5 to 10, 55 in Festus, 55 in Potosi, 56 in Ellington, Van Buren 55, down to our south and Poplar Bluff, a little bit warmer at 59, but still comfortable temperatures for this time of year. Then for tomorrow, 86 degrees, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the mid 80s to upper 80s, 88 in Potosi, 89 in Festus, 88 in St. Genevieve, down to our south, 89 both in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. On Sunday, plenty of sunshine, high around 90, 91 on Monday with some isolated thunderstorms. Mostly sunny on Tuesday with temperature around 89, 91 on Wednesday. Chance of isolated thunderstorms in the forecast, and we're starting to cool down in the 80s for Thursday with another chance of isolated thunderstorms. Then scattered showers moving the forecast for Friday with temperature around 85 degrees. Now look at our weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday, high around 87. 90 on Sunday with partly sunny skies. A nice weekend, like I said, is on tap for this weekend. Really can't complain for this time of year. That's check your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Dustin. During these warm summer months, kids are often more active and have more free time, as we all know. Unfortunately, for some, that can spell trouble. While there are lots of ways that kids can injure themselves, doctors say they notice certain trends this time of year that are both predictable and preventable. With the top 5 reasons kids wind up in the hospital and ways to avoid it, here's Clark Powell.
For all the hours Ryan Brill spends on the playground, he knows it only takes a split second for something to go wrong. Just weeks ago, Ryan fell while playing on one and ended up in the hospital with a badly broken leg.
You just don't think about stuff like that when you let your kids go out and play on a playground. It's just something you just don't think about.
Unfortunately, it is something Dr. Kathy Nuss thinks about, especially this time of year. She and her team at Nationwide Children's Hospital have charted injuries that cause kids to be hospitalized. Nuss, who is also with Ohio State University, says there are some very familiar seasonal patterns. Consistently topping the list of the top 5 ways that summer injuries occur are falls. Things like trampolines can prove dangerous, but most often, as in Ryan's case, injuries come from things that parents may assume are much safer.
Kids tend to be top heavy. Our younger kids fall and hit their heads a lot, so we see a lot of head injuries. In the summer, though, we see a lot of falls from playground equipment.
At number 2 are bike injuries, usually from kids not wearing helmets. Also, injuries on motorized vehicles like scooters and ATVs. Burns are in the top 5, but not always from fireworks. This is an injury that differs according to age groups and may be something parents don't often think about.
With the younger kids that are climbing or pulling food off the counter, they tend to get scald burns. Our older kids, particularly in the teenagers, most of their burns are sustained from direct contact with fire.
Vehicle accidents round out the top 5. While kids have little control over them, they can be made worse for kids if parents don't use car seats properly.
Feeling good on them.
Doctors say you may not be able to avoid the top 5 causes for injuries entirely, but keeping a close eye on your kids this summer is the one thing that's sure to help. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.
While they don't crack the top 5, near drownings are also a serious problem this time of year. Most of the time, kids get into trouble in backyard pools and in landscaping ponds. Experts say you should always watch your children around water and never rely on flotation devices to protect them unless they are approved life vests. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, Dr. Bill Meyer tackles the question, how does your parents' marriage affect yours? That's next on today's Focus on the Family.
Your Health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment. With a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy, just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
Ever considered how your parents' marriage affects yours? Well, in today's Focus on the Family, Dr. Bill Meyer takes a look at this connection.
You know what, I always said I would never marry someone whose parents were divorced because it's such a pattern that I've seen with families.
Sandy's parents had been married for over a quarter of a century when she met Tori, who came from a divorced home. So she was a little worried when romance blossomed.
Some people believe that if you come from a broken home, you're destined to never have a healthy marriage, and that's not true.
Now celebrating 15 years of marriage, Sandy and Tori prove that repeating our parents' mistakes is not inevitable. On the other hand, just because our parents have been married for years, it doesn't mean our own marriage will be effortless.
My parents have been married for 43 years. You know, I know that life hasn't always been smooth sailing, but they've set a great example in being committed.
Every person who's been married 5, 10 years has been through a period of time in that marriage where you really didn't even want to stay together. And those couples that not only stayed together, but found a way to come back and be on the same team and communicate and find love, really have modeled for their children how you do that.
Those good examples are what the children of happily married couples bring into their own marriages. But what about someone like Tori, whose parents didn't model a healthy relationship?
My parents divorced when I was 17, and Sandy and I were married when I was 27. So through that decade, I was extremely picky about who I spent time with.
Tori's taking a practical approach to avoiding some of the issues that played into his own parents' breakup.
At the end of the day, if you've been consumed with everything but your marriage, then it makes it pretty difficult to be engaged with one another and know what's going on. And so we're trying to do it a little bit differently.
If you're about to get married and come from a broken home, your risk of divorce is increased. But whether your parents' marriage was good or bad, it's an excellent topic to explore during premarital counseling. And I recommend that to every couple considering marriage. For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit our website at KDKZ18.com. Click on Focus on the Family TV under the Lifestyles tab. Today's plugged-in movie review looks at the new The Bourne Legacy.
Jason Bourne was the tip of the iceberg.
In the movie The Bourne Legacy, the super-secret operations of Treadstone and Blackbriar have already been exposed, putting the government's other hyper-covert agencies at risk. And as far as the intel bigwigs are concerned, there's only one thing to do about it: shut down all operations and operatives until things blow over. Of course, when they talk about shutting down operatives, they mean permanently, terminally.
Meaning we will burn the program to the ground.
But these governmental spooks clearly haven't seen the first 3 Bourne movies, or they might have assumed that one highly trained operative, this one genetically altered to be faster, stronger, and brighter than the common man, was bound to get away.
I've never met anybody in the program.
So how many of us are there?
You ask too many questions.
And that man is Aaron Cross, a guy who'd already been making waves in the agency before his bosses decided to kill him. Now he's on the hunt for the chemicals that keep him stronger and smarter than his competition, drugs he'll need to make his escape more permanent.
Hey, look, it's me. Do you want to live? Because I want to live.
The Bourne Legacy is a fast-paced thriller that comes complete with a new lead and new cinematic energy. But it still has the same old problems. It's full of frenetic violence, including a very disturbing mass killing scene, and the dialogue is peppered with foul language and abuses of our Savior's name. With all of that in mind, I'm forced to give The Bourne Legacy 2.5 fake passports out of 5 for family friendliness. For an in-depth review of this film, or really reviews of anything else playing at your local theater, visit us at pluggedin.com or download one of our smartphone apps. Plugging you into the movies. I'm Bob Waliszewski for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
You can find reviews of other current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, and TV shows at our website, KDKZ18.com. Click on Plugged In under the Lifestyles tab.
And coming up in sports, the Farmington Knights will face 3 new opponents this year. The Cardinals trade inconsistent second baseman Tyler Green, and Mizzou football fans do something for the first time. These stories coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-7095.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News, with Jeremy Martin.
There are 3 new opponents on the Farmington Knights football schedule for this upcoming season. Head coach Todd Vaughn enjoys the challenge of facing new competition.
We're playing a few teams different this year, and of course now with the new playoff system you only schedule 9 games instead of 10, and you know, we're playing Trinity Catholic this year in Vianney, and we're playing Afton, which are 3 new teams, which is kind of nice. You know, it's nice to see some other schools and go see other places. And with Vianney, they've got a running back who's be a junior this year that just got offered by University of Missouri. So we'll see some good kids. And
not only will the Knights be facing new teams, Vaughn expects the conference opponents have improved.
Jackson got a new head coach. He's a great coach, and I think Bluff and Cape were really young last year, and so was Sykeston. So, you know, it's going to be a competitive schedule. We're going to have to play well.
Vaughn notes under the new playoff system, teams now play only 9 regular season games instead of 10. Inconsistent second baseman Tyler Green was dealt to the Houston Astros on Thursday for a player to be named later or cash. The Astros claimed Green on waivers, and the 2 teams worked out a trade that finalized the transaction. The Astros general manager was the Cardinals player development director until this year and drafted Green in the first round of the 2005 draft. The Cardinals have promoted shortstop Ryan Jackson from Memphis to take Green's roster spot. The 24-year-old Jackson has hit .269 with 10 home runs and 45 RBIs in 113 games. A 5th-round pick out of the University of Miami in 2009, Jackson is considered a superb defensive player. And for the first time ever, Mizzou has sold out of football season tickets. The athletic department made the announcement on Thursday. According to the press release, the 2012 season ticket sellout sets a new standard of fan support at Mizzou as the Tigers prepare for their first season in the Southeastern Conference. The final numbers will take some time to reconcile, but the sellout number is estimated at 46,500. That represents the number of seats that are committed to fans on a season basis, while remaining inventory is designated on a